This conference will now be recorded.
Christina, do you want me to repeat anything?
It's up to you. I just thought it would might be helpful if we have it recorded, so we have something to back on.
Yeah, so of the things we started to go through on the home page markup, I really only got to this community button because I had submitted a layout like back in September or October for it. Subsequently, it's changed our needs for it, right? But I think we got really great feedback looking at that last week. So I redid that one. So this is the first page you click through from the home page, which is the community page. I think from what Iran said, this would probably be register. But I think it's
no.
It wasn't? What was it?
This is the community portal. Community dash portal, I think that's how we called it. Is that for communities, right? Not for users.
Right.
So the one that I showed for register, I was just trying to make a page for prospect register. So again, prospect versus community portal.
Okay, so the one that you were showing was for users, not for communities.
Right, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the page. I hate opening things from Drive. I just can't do it. I'm sorry. The desktop is going to be so much easier to look at stuff. But it is up there. You could see that it was up there. Oh, wrong one.
You know, you can have Drive mirrored to your desktop too.
Yeah, I know. I did it years ago and I had problems with it syncing right, and I'm sure it's something that's better now than it was. It just left it bad. I'll open it up as an AI file just so if we want to edit anything.
I don't trust it either.
Hmm?
I said I don't use it because I don't trust it either. But it is an easier way. For me, the easier way is to know that it works, which is.
So I actually rewrote this page based on some of the stuff that we've talked about. So this would be the page that you would click through if it was anything about from the community about like get started or anything like that, right? So I took the buttons down to 2. So get started is a new community can be created for free or claim an existing community listing. I took out the stuff about check to see if you already have a community listing, because presumably on the next page, once you click get started, there'll be something that prompts you to do that there. So to keep this nice and clean. And then manage my community. So this is if somebody isn't logged in, right? I have this change also. This icon is no longer a person. It becomes a house. The whole bar up here turns purple, and this becomes a house for managing your community as opposed to a user profile. I have the community plans. We need to figure out kind of what we're going to call some of these things, small community versus large community. I don't know if that's, Christina, the right terminology. And then one thing is, really saying what they get at each level. It was another question that I think that collectively we should, agree on and develop. PurpleDoor finders, this has been tweaked. Images, I shortened the content, the demo and phone number, testimonials. I changed the image. They're now wearing purple sweaters. And then updated the footer. If we go back, I have notes.
A little bit.
Yeah, so I have notes here for each section and links to all the images. But yeah. Come back.
I'm trying to find the images. I'm just wondering what's the path on Google Drive.
They're
Can you
all
show it to
here.
us?
They're all here.
Yeah, but can you just show the path so I will do the same just to make go.
Yeah.
So
So it's under this PD graphics that was shared with you.
yeah.
PD images and photos. The people,
Hold
all the
on,
new.
hold on. Oh, PD images and photos. Okay, and then images people. Okay.
This is
Oh, I
all of.
see the, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got it. Yep.
So all of the images should be there. I did in this document though, give you the exact links to them. So if you clicked on this one, you're gonna get the building blocks image that is number, I think that was link number 3, and that's the link to that one. So each one of these in my notes, how many folders open here? In here, each one of these will go directly to one of those images that's in that folder. And then the layout itself, this layout is here. So I have other questions about this page. You know, I think the pricing and
questions, but go ahead. We can start with yours.
what was it?
I said I had some too, but we can start with yours.
Okay, so, I mean, going from the, do you want to start at the top and go with each thing, like each section?
I think we did internally. I know that you changed the copy in it, you know, and I think I had one comment, and that's when we get to the little bubbles or whatever those round things are called.
Okay. What about up here? This list your community here would be, go to the same page as this gets started, right? Does that make sense?
Do we need it? Because we're already inside the community portal, so.
I don't know. I mean, I think it's nice to have it up there when anybody's on the community side, if they haven't listed their community yet, just as a call to action back to until they've listed a community. Just always have it up there as a reminder.
So it goes to the same place as get started?
Yeah. But again, there's also going to be several other pages that link out within this community area of the website, and keeping that consistently up there all the time will give them that point of reference, you know, to like, okay, now I'm ready to list the community. I'm going to put it up there. Or maybe it's get started. Does it make sense to have the language consistent from a user perspective?
I think so. Yeah, I think, yeah.
Okay.
So as soon as you have a single community listed, we can take it out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those.
We could always have a button to go to my communities in case you want to jump into showing the communities that you already listed.
I like that. So that button turns into.
It can be just a link, like a simple. Yeah.
So like that. So then that one turns into manage my communities once they're logged in.
Yeah, yeah. But manage my communities is a long. It's. I'm not sure. You know. I would just maybe write my communities because it's shorter, but that's not critical. So we can have a few links there. So I think my communities is one, and
I like that, my communities.
I,
I think
I've
that's
seen,
intuitive enough.
yeah, I've seen also pricing used in many websites. There's always pricing um, because people look for it. So although here it's very clear because you would find it immediately, but maybe if you're on another page, or it's something to think about. In all the website that we go to look for services, there's always pricing on the top.
Okay.
So get started can stay for a case where you don't have anything. Yeah, right. And this could be just like that. They don't need to have any no background. Yeah. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And
And then
same from my communities. Yeah.
then I wonder, figure out what this drop down looks like for communities. We know what it looks like for, this is what it looks like for individuals.
It's probably a copy of the stuff they have on their landing page, It's getting to their profile or community, or, like, it won't be these things, but it'll be the stuff that when you get to a community,
Okay.
the various tools that they have in there. That's probably what the drop down will be, shortcuts to those.
So do you guys want to do that, or do you want me to do that
We can go
for
look
it?
at that page because it's there. It has things in it.
Look at that page.
Yeah, so you can go to a community if you want on the site, just so you have a reference.
Not here.
Yeah, you can click on list community.
No,
I think on
this is still not. You need to click on list community, I think.
yeah,
Oh,
and we're only seeing half your window. I'm not sure. Is that something I did here? Hold on. Oh, why did my zoom change?
We see the full window. Yeah.
Oh, my
So
zoom.
here,
Sorry.
yeah, I think this one is so favorites should go away, and we didn't
But
put anything here.
but let's go into, yeah. So there's help, resources, obviously. But if we go into the communities,
like here?
So there's an ad. There's maybe even if you get into a community, so there's obviously a link to get to, get to them.
Are we talking
So
about the menu,
there might
Alex?
be preview edit, might be one.
No,
like,
in the menu?
I don't know.
Like what would
No,
what would go right?
I
I'm
don't
just
think
giving
that.
thoughts on various places that we can land at. I don't
Sorry,
know.
I got confused. The menu is something generic that is not specific to where you are.
No, what I meant, who you are. Like, what are the things that are interesting to a community?
I would.
Edit my communities, or block, like how to drop them into some specific places. Because other than that, what do they need on that top right? It's just a thing for shortcuts, right? Help, their profile, and maybe how to go to edit.
Yeah,
So
like how like manage my account, like the billing information and contact information for the main person, edit the community or edit units. What do you think? Like, does manage my account make sense, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
my account, yeah. And I think also my communities, because maybe you're in a different place, so you have a way to get there. And resources, if we have resources for community portal that we want to have.
Yeah, I think we should start with some kind of resources, even if it's just a few like demo videos or how-tos or something. Okay. And then I think that there should also be an upgrade. If somebody not started paying, I think there should be an upgrade like in bold and purple, you know, just that like is their first option if not paid.
well, you should keep it in the title bar if they're not paid. You know, like bright yellow,
think
you're on the free edition, cheapskate.
I think in every little place that somebody starts clicking and doing stuff, you need to have that and maybe set a few different ways, you know, yeah, upgrade, upgrade, upgrade.
So
You know,
the get started button right on the top bar, the get started, once you already have a community, so it can go away and we can replace it with upgrade, maybe. What?
yeah, like
The
upgrade
get
and
started, right? Well, yeah.
hmm?
So when you have a community, we don't need to get started anymore, and this can be upgrade.
So really we need 3 versions of this. We need where they've claimed their community and then a version where they've claimed and paid.
Oh, so when they're already upgraded, then we don't need to show it anymore. Yeah.
Then it'll just be my communities. You don't need to push that.
Yeah.
It goes away. Okay. So I will do mock-ups for 3 versions of this. This will be my to-do.
We can just add a comment here, and we'll know that there's 3 cases.
Where do you want me to document that somewhere?
Yeah, if you want to write something below, just so get started, and you just write upgrade or none, something just that we remember. I don't think we need a different page for that.
I think in yellow, like a call to action, right? After will be my account. Upgrade. My communities. Resources. Favorites doesn't matter.
Yeah,
What
favorites will
about
go.
anything? What about anything communication wise? Like inbox. Like if they've gotten text messages or alerts from tour requests, like should there be some communication thing in there?
Yeah, inbox sounds like a good one.
So we can. What would you call that? Tour request?
Inbox is actually
Do
a
I
good one.
separate those two?
No, inbox is a
I
great
like
place.
I like inbox because then we can, if they're late and paying or something, maybe we could, send them a message.
It's the place they should go to see what's happening new, whether we're communicating, whatever the thing is. Yeah.
Do you think that we should have tours be separate? Because that's like a higher level like action right now.
No,
No? Okay.
no, because then people get used to looking at only the one place.
That's funny. I was going to say yes, but your point is a good one.
Yeah, problem with users is they do the thing that's easiest to them, not the thing that you want them to do. Path of least resistance is a developer's enemy. Like I had this discussion. Oh, you might even know who I had this discussion. I think I had it with Craig or somebody in his company going, so why does this part have a price of $88,000, $888.88? Well, number one, because 99,000 was already taken, and it's to indicate it's a part that they build, but they don't sell. And I'm like, well, why don't you use the flag for that? Well, this was easier. Okay.
Well, that's also why their ERP turned into such a shit show anyways. Like, because they used all these weird little ways that are so counterintuitive to do things to work around the lack of functionality in it that it's like a useless database. Like I can't do anything with it. But anyways.
Oh, I
it's
know
neither
that
here nor there.
database inside and out, actually, if you ever need help.
Oh no, I've just chosen not to deal with it at all. I mean, I didn't choose to. We agreed that it was such a mess that it was going to be too difficult to try to integrate. They need to just get an ERP system and fix it there, and I can integrate it into any kind of automation. Plus, we already have 30,000 contacts. It's not like I'm dying for more. I have enough. Anyway, okay. All right, so that is good, and that's just on the top bar. These next two links need to be done. We need to think through them, but I'd like to just keep going through this community page first, if that's okay.
Mhm.
I don't know how we're going to say what the features are on the 3 different levels with the change and the kind of the business model. And for some reason, Christina, $100 for 10 beds or more?
It's $100 for anything over 30. What did I say? Anything over 35 and up. $50 under. Free plan.
But
And
are we calling them beds, or are they rooms, units?
units. And then I'd like to have a tab or somewhere on there to call for a quote for multiple properties.
Okay, so the free, and then it is $10 a month for communities up to 30 beds, 30 units?
50. $50 a month, and then 100.
I think 49 and 99 feels better. Is that a psychological thing, Alex?
No, I'm good with that.
Alex, what do you think about the 49 versus 99 as opposed to 50 and 100?
I'm the wrong person to ask.
But isn't there a psychological thing about 49 versus 50? Like 49 feels cheaper?
It does.
It does.
And
then
even
you
like
have
the
me that
not
hate when
right.
something that obvious is being done to me, and I, so that's what I'm saying. I'm the not right person to ask.
Me too. That's kind of my
Mostly
thought.
jokingly, but I think I think that actually is the absolutely right way to do it. Yes.
the
Mhm.
49 and 99
Yes.
for communities with up to 30 beds. Okay. Now, this is a
Up
little
to,
easy.
go ahead.
What are we gonna, what's a nice way to differentiate a smaller than 30 bed or an over 30 bed or units in the industry? Like small and large communities seems weird to me.
Why don't we just call it plan? Can it be something as simple as plan 1 and plan B or 2? And then be more descriptive where your cursor's at right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm a little weary about this most common. It's only most common because you have more communities in that criteria.
Yeah, I think I'd
A lot of
take that
times,
out.
because it's not like you can opt for A or B. You either qualify for A or you qualify for B, right?
Be standard
Right.
up to 30 units and over 30 units rather than plan A and B. Just call it
Oh,
out
there you
right.
go. That's perfect. Up to 30 and over 30 and up.
There we go.
Oh, no, it's called that standard. Because there should be a significant difference between what you get here versus the free, right? So we can't call that standard.
Basic.
Mm,
No, I meant. Okay, I see what you're doing.
like basic community standard. The weird thing is that standard and basic are the same word.
Right. I like just standard and then communities with the number 1 to 29.
Community plan, community 30 plus plan.
Okay. Okay. Standard community plan.
I don't know, that feels weird.
No. And let's see,
Let's
under 30 and over 30?
I don't know, let's move on. Can we revisit it? Like maybe doing this will speak to, the advantages will speak to. Okay, so for the free
Okay.
account, you can manage the community listing, that's true, right?
Correct. How about basic community listing or stamp?
Do they have unlimited unit listings?
Why don't we come back to this, Kendra? I'm going to visit my business plan. I don't think we
Okay.
need to let Iran and Alex sit through this.
Okay.
It's
thought with some of
super
the
easy to change later. The structure is the hard part.
Right.
Okay, so we'll leave it as is, and we'll think through what those things are. Like, you know, it just has to be so compelling to pay the $50.
Right.
And then the difference between, and then we're gonna add,
I wanted to ask, you know, in many services, there's a lot of features, and then they have a feature comparison chart. I don't know if that's how we're gonna show different features and say which one are available where, or
like a more comprehensive, like, right, like to click through and see more, like see all
yeah, if you have a list of 30 features, you know, you cannot list them all here. It needs to be another page that would list all 30 features and say these are available here. Those are free. Those are, you know, in the middle plan, in the 30 plus plan.
Because when we're
I
talking
guess,
about some of these small numbers, you know, I would even move the one user into the community plan, because the number of users, technology cost is zero, change difference. However, talking to, you know, having 3 people mess with the thing, you know, it might be, you know, so there might be some things that we could on the really lower end, but I don't know. Yeah, but it would be useful so they know what's the difference. Like a compare screen can be done even in a pop-up.
so the multiple communities now, so that could be like a link. I'll make it look prettier. Multiple communities. What do you want them to do, Christina? Do you want them to call? Because that's like your enterprise level, right? That's the kind of people that like you could white glove onboard them, you know, for an extra fee, or they would need special pricing or something, right?
I would think it's definitely somebody you want to talk to.
Sorry, I was on
Do you
mute.
make them?
Yeah, go ahead and yeah, I would like them to call me.
Is this number our number, or did I just make this up?
I think you made it. I think you made it up.
Okay.
868 area code. Where is that? Antigua or somewhere? I don't know.
You would know. If anyone on this call would know, it would be you.
Trinidad and
Okay,
Tobago. I wasn't
there you
that
go.
far. Damn, you're good.
Okay, so we'll add that there. The why work with PurpleDoor finders. I boiled it down to 3 things: qualified leads, they have more tools, cost control, and connections. I don't know if connections is right. Maybe communication. But Christina, I don't know that we had this in our other document that we looked at. Just so you know, Christina and I wrote a lot of copy that's in a copy doc that is not on a page anywhere yet, but I don't think we had this, Christina.
No, we didn't. I like
So I don't know if
that.
you
I
want
think communication, I think, is the right word there.
okay. Yeah, those are the 3 things. I don't know if you want to read them now, or if you want to read them later.
I think we should read them later. Let's just move on so that Iran and Alex know.
So one comment though, right there, since we're there, that's the one I had. That right there. That's quite a bit of text for being formatted like that. Like I think the one on the same similar user interface on the prospect portal, it was like a little, it was less than that, and that was kind of at the edge. This is hard to read.
Okay.
I don't know if we do something like break them up in quadrants, like we have on the main page. What I'm talking about, the list your community, the get my guidebooks, where they're offset checkerboard type pattern.
Mm-hmm.
As a thought, to stick with something, but
Or make this just
if you want them to read it, because you might even want to put even a few more words than you have, and at that point it's kind of like, yeah, it's hard to read if we add any line more to that. I think it would be really hard. So it's just a thought. Now, if they're not really going to read it, then maybe reduce the amount of text.
What
No,
about
we like-
bullet points?
We can also have these things linked to pages that explain it better, if somebody does want to get into it and learn more.
Yes.
But some of those things are things that we don't need to do right now. For launch, we can keep it real simple like this and not go into explaining it further until people start asking or as we want to build it out further, right? So you're thinking something more like that, Alex? Does that feel?
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not sure I'm married to any design. I was just giving an example.
Mm-hmm. No, what I'm asking you is this amount of copy more what you think?
Right. Yes. Yes.
I don't even know if you need to say with Purple Door Finders. Isn't it all within context?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll look at that and simplify that. I do have the next call to action is a demo. We can leave it there, delete it if we want. Hopefully the idea is that we would have some kind of a video of using it or presentation of some sort for that. I am now the proud owner of podcast and videocast equipment. So if I need to do any of that, I could do it. And then.
Well, one thing you could do is start generating the not the storyboard, the texts. You have 3 to 5 minutes of somebody's attention. How many words and can you put in and etc. And I found that for a 3 to 5 minute video to be a process of about 6 to 10 hours. So starting sooner than later. We can make a half-hour video in 3 hours together. That's not a problem. Yeah. Doing a 3-minute video is a problem. Half hour, yeah, not a problem. We can walk through the features and, oh, did you know this? Did you know that? But we, at minute 3, everybody stopped watching.
Well, and then you can get all the ideas concisely and edited, so it's quick to 3 minutes. Takes time.
Yeah, I think it's really the demo. It's not a demo. They're not comparing this. This isn't like a Sawzall. They're comparing 2 different, saws against each other, and technical features. And this is to whet their appetite, So what's really more important is the audio communication to them, what's being told to them, and then in that 3 minutes that you have for that, which is approximately, I think, a little more, what is it, a little more than one single space page.
Mhm.
You know, and then we kind of choreographed some demos that go along, you know, with what's being explained. You know, but that's kind of the route that I would take more start with your copy of what is it you want to tell people in 3 minutes that's going to make him go, you know, to take the next step with this. The visual part's going to be easy. We're not really going to teach them anything in this demo. This isn't, oh, I'm comparing A versus B. It's more of we're doing something so
Right.
unique that if this gets their attention to go next, you know, that's what your 3 minutes are focused on.
And then you want some captures of the screen, seeing somebody click 3 steps to go along with the 3 steps to get started. So it looks super simple. Like it's
Right.
an easy
Right.
thing. It's not, it just takes
Right.
some thought. I think the next section here is the testimonials. I think it'd be great to get a couple.
Are those rotating
I'd love to be.
continuously as you sit there?
Yeah, that's how they usually work. But if you have other ideas, but open to whatever, it could just be every time you refresh, it's a different one or something. If you guys have a preference for that, I mean,
Yeah, we'll have a few, I suppose. Yeah,
like rotate.
I don't know. We can put some random ones as long as people, if we have a few, as long as I don't think it really matters as long as people periodically see a different one. And we can do probably either. We're not planning on
think
having
that-
hundreds of these, are we?
I don't think at any given time you'd want more than like 5 or 6 really on the website. You know, if we could
Okay,
get,
so it's more or less static.
yeah, I don't want it to be like Google reviews where new ones are coming in constantly and feeding through it. Absolutely not. Not something like that.
Yep, yeah, anything you add calls for a new knob, you know, so, you know, and the cockpit gets, you know, ever more complex, so restraint is good there. Good. And purple sweater, that's cute.
Yeah, we're wearing purple sweaters now. Christina, do you think you can get some testimonials just based on the concept from people quickly?
I think so, yeah. Like, especially the beta testers. That'll be easy.
Okay. Yeah, so our values, the copy changed from what it was before, but compassionate, comprehensive, and confident. That's sort of what we, in our very informal sort of branding and mission work, we came to, you know, to be compassionate for elderly. The technology is comprehensive, and the data that we provide, you know, the listings is very comprehensive, and ultimately, you know, we're doing it with confidence internally, but also we want everybody else to have confidence in what we're doing, especially the seniors with finding units and places to live. Learn more would go to an About Us page, which I do have copy for, but no layout for. Next section, your SEO work. The footer we changed around a bit. Currently the background of the footer is like a blue. It's like a navy bluish color. I think actually you can see it behind this. That's the color it is now. Do you see the difference? That this is blue and that's gray? Can you see on my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you can tell the difference in the colors on your screen. I can see it on mine. So this is the color that the footer is currently. Is what I did is I took our brand gray and just increased the black by 10%, but I put the code here for it. So, and I can add it to our brand board that has all of our colors.
Yeah.
So that's down there.
Do we have access to this presentation? Because I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm. I'll share it with you so you can find it in your shared stuff.
Okay, yeah, please.
Oh, where'd you go? Okay. I think I had sent it at some other point in an email or something somewhere.
So,
I did change this around.
I had the questions about the links. So these links are they? Should they be exactly the same links, same content as the prospect site?
I don't think so.
Yes, so yes, the footer should be consistent everywhere. So basically everything over here is, the company is agnostic for the most part. So
Well,
is privacy.
wait. So if it's the same, which resources, how it works, does it go to then?
Okay, so I was going to finish my statement. Support was for the end users and for communities was just for communities. So the how it works, this would go to a different page than this, because how it works for communities is different. If we think
So
that's going to be, is it
So
confusing?
my account, like under support, my account is the prospect account, right? Or is it also for the?
That's for the user.
For the what we call prospect, not the. So maybe we take out the support from here.
What would you
when
call it?
No, I'm saying if my account is it's not the account for the community manager, it's the account for the prospect, then maybe we don't want to have it here because this is for the community portal.
Is what I was saying is that I think that the footer should be consistent throughout the entire website. I was saying I didn't think that the footer should change.
So should it say for residents instead of support? That could work. Not sure anybody's really going to use this, but that could work.
How does it work on something like, I'm just wondering if some of these other websites, the ad property, so that's definitely to the B2B side. Customer portal, community voice. It doesn't feel like there's anything in here for me. It's just sign in, sign up. They're not being very explicit. They're just expecting it to be intuitive. Renter tools. Okay. Yeah, I guess for residents. Then should we switch these around? Maybe it goes.
What about resident tools and community tools? Or just keep it?
I think for residents, for communities very clearly articulates that there's two types of users. Now,
Okay.
if we don't want the sub links to be labeled the same out of fear of some kind of confusion, we should just change the names. Like this is, like I don't have for my communities, I don't have my account anywhere.
So I'm trying to understand, like if you are in the community portal, you don't have a user account for the prospect. So clicking on my account, does it take you out of the community portal?
Yes, it would take you back to residence. If I accidentally got tied into the community side, I clicked, not paying attention to where I was going on the website, and I wanted to get back to residence, I would go there.
Okay.
Or if I was on the homepage scrolling around, finally got down to the bottom, I'd want to go to the for residents area, not the for communities.
Okay, so for resident will take you out of the community portal to and same if you are on the prospect side and you click like under for communities, how it works. Does it take you to the community portal?
Yeah, then you go into the community side of the website. And then I think we do have a very fair question to ask, is that when you come to the landing, where'd you go? When you come to the home page, which we're not on the home page right now. Right now we're in the community section of the website. When you're on the main home page, when you come to this page, where are you starting? Right now we're starting with the residents. The assumption is the person coming here is going to be a resident. And
Yeah,
when you're in the
community-
residential side, it's all white at the top. It looks different. Do we agree that that's how it should work?
Yeah. Alex, what are your thoughts?
So we didn't change it from the, can we go back to see it?
The
Bottom section?
bottom section, we were looking at it and the layout. This is on the community landing page. This is where I've redone the footer, but it really should be, if I keep losing it, this is site-wide update.
I kind of like that residents and communities being on opposite ends of each other. I don't know, just maybe I have the cynical software developer, filter on, people just not reading and doing things, going, oh, communities, oh, my account, hey, why did I go there? It's like, well, you didn't read the line right above. Oh,
My concern with this is the way that your
I
eye
don't know.
moves on a page is a zigzag, right? So if I scroll down to the bottom of a page and I'm here, I'm going to go here, 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 and I could miss residents. I could go to communities and just click how it works without, being a resident. Then good question. The majority of our traffic is going to be what? Residents or communities?
The general,
Ideally,
you cut out, you asked the question. The general traffic will be the users.
right, the residents. So your eye tends to go in a zigzag when you're looking at a page, meaning you're going to end looking in the bottom right-hand corner always. So to have communities be in the bottom right-hand corner is not the majority of our users, it would be the residents.
Okay.
So that's the only reason that the community might be confusing. Having them next to each other, you'd be, in theory, you'd see them both more at the same time. And then compare and have to think about which one.
I'm not sure it matters, honestly.
either way, this is what I think the content should be, right? Company would be the about us, careers. Blog is more, blog and newsroom is more industry specific, right? When we go over to our resources, you know, that residents blogs are going to be more, you know, they're going to speak to them. This blog might be under community resources too, or certain content might be tagged to go in communities and the company blog. The company blog might be something about, you know, a new addition to the team. It could be, you know, a change in the industry somehow, or a Medicare policy change, you know, that we would talk differently to residents about, that we would talk about to communities, right? So that's that thought. Under legal, under privacy, a privacy policy, terms of use is a part of the privacy policy, but fundamentally different. So I have that different. Legal notices, I'm not sure what that would be for us at this point. I think we just picked it up from somewhere else, and do not sell is a California thing. So possibly legal notices wouldn't be anything, but I think the other three will be. I know privacy policy in terms of use, those two will definitely be separate. Then for community, how it works. If we think how it works for residents and community saying the exact same thing is a problem, we can change one of them. Do we think that that's confusing?
Legal notices?
No, here that says how it works under residents and how it works under community.
I don't know. Probably not confusing, since it's the very first thing right underneath that. So
Okay. We'll leave it. And then I have community support versus contact us over here. So community support would be the way that somebody would contact for communities. Oh, that's under there. Okay. So this is what I'd like to see on the footer everywhere. And then we have, so a lot of these pages are written out, they're just not designed yet. And then the other thing over here is just the spacing you're around. I want this to feel like a tagline to the logo. And then I want the copyright to be, you know, spaced away from it. I think right now there it's kind of like boom, 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 like it's all lined up. And I wanted them a little visually separated.
Okay. Yep.
All right. So I will tweak this look.
So about the links, we have two ways of building pages for the links. There's you know, simple links that go to just text. We have a way to build it with Markdown, so it can be dynamic. And other pages that are more complex will need to build like a web page.
you want to show that before we break?
Yeah, I can show it.
Kendra, do we have to have anything like equal housing opportunity, those types of things?
Good point. I'll look it up.
Okay.
Will it, let me share again. It didn't reshare. Okay, better. So we can look at here. So like this privacy policy, legal notices do not send my info. I set all of them, and you can see on the bottom that it has a link. When we click on this privacy policy, it goes here. And this page is one of the pages on the backend. It's one of these pages here. If I click on these pages and do get all, and we have privacy policy, I'm gonna click on it. And we have markdown that we can change and more text here. And I can update it and then publish. And when we come back here and reload, and we get the additional text. So this is getting the data from here. So we can decide which links can be simple like that. And you know, here we can have links and we can have photos. This is just markdown. It can be whatever markdown can have.
Tables, you can have tables, images, sections, all sorts of things in there.
Yeah. But we need to decide which pages are like that. And the advantage here is that it's dynamic, right? You can go and modify it and it will just update. But some pages, like my account, is definitely more complex and cannot be like that. Or careers, or, you know, these pages are not like that. So we need to decide which ones can be just markdown, which ones need to have specific.
Yeah, I've got the copy for a bunch of those pages, so you know, you guys can tell me what the priorities are, and I will work on the next ones that we want to see for the next meeting.
You can put them in right now if you have the copy. That's what we're asking. So for the, we want to scroll to those, you know, some of those link pages, you know, like privacy policy is, you
No,
know,
I'm talking about the ones that can't use Markdown, like the careers and stuff. That has to go by an attorney. So we've got it in our legal place, but it needs to be approved before we put it up. I mean, we can test putting it up. It's just not going to be the final copy. But about us, careers, that kind of stuff, I need to give you layouts for. Again, we approved the copy, Christina and I, we went through it. It's just a matter of giving you a layout.
I'm not sure. I completely got lost now.
There are some pages here in the bottom of the footer,
Right.
like about us and careers, that can't be marked down.
Correct.
Like,
correct.
right. I have the copy done for them, and I need to put them in a layout for you.
You only have the copy done for the ones that are layouts, you mean, is what you're saying? And you don't have, like, all I wanted to do is get to a list of which one, you know, which ones they are that are going to be, you know, which one's which, because we can, you have access this moment just to update the other ones.
Well, I didn't see the list of I mean, the other ones I think are ones that we don't have the final copy for though. Like I have something from privacy policy, but it's not approved. If you want to go back and look at the other pages that are.
Okay, let's try again. There's a list of pages.
Where's the list of pages?
It doesn't exist yet. That's what I want.
Got it. Okay.
There's a list of pages that are, you know, some of these are links that are already here. Some are ones like just got brought up, the equal, you know, housing and, you know, and things like that, you know, that are not just here, that might be somewhere else too, you know, that are well suited, you know, to, you know, simpler layout, you know, so not something like sign up page or, you know, something with forms in it, you know, but something that's more describing what's going on, how it works might be one of them too, and so what we wanted to do is get to what the list of those is. So we can get those links plugged in everywhere because you can have access to editing them immediately. So you can put ipsum lorem, or as you get them, you can put, you can put stuff in.
Okay, we had done a list of links once before, so, but now it's been so long, it's probably not accurate. So I can go back and do that. How is the best way to do that?
We never created this list. Because there's an overall, yes, there's the one that you have an overall, which I'm not sure. I'm looking, hold on one second.
I remember doing that, so I don't know, it was a long time ago and I don't know.
It's here. We'll find it.
Maybe myself, I don't know.
It's in the project status. It's called sitemap. It's kind of a list of things and.
Mm-hmm.
That you can start with that one. Actually,
Okay.
I think you were supposed to, and we stopped because that's where the link for the mock-ups went, and and yeah, because we had the homepage there. So we could go with that one too, whichever way.
Yeah, okay, so how do you want me to give it to you? You want me to update that Excel doc?
Sure. So we can go. Doesn't matter. We went through this once, and so I can go through refresher what we thought was good, because there's certain things that we want that we thought about doing. So why we wanted to have pages and abstracts is because perhaps we would be, especially in the abstracts, we would be hiding. We might be hiding things, for SEO purposes, etc. Then we talked about whether that would be, whether it's a landing page or it's something that's part of the system. Because again, going back to the SEO points, if something is a landing page, so that means they came to us from a search engine, Facebook, a paid ad, a partner. So we're tracking the journey as they come in. That's quote unquote entry point. Dynamic, would be something that changes all the time. And I think what we're going, what these are also is we have these FAQs and resources and articles. So we would like to use the bottom and side sections to just like we have on a community, but be able to put those in other places to help fill in content. And then we're going to have a link to where the mock-up would be. We don't have to follow that, but this is in your old now where we were kind of hoping to go find the mock-up, but we don't have to go through that one. Status where we are, and URL. What we can probably just call out really specifically here, even though dynamic is will it change? We can say main content is markdown.
What about I don't know how to say it, like whether it's the community or user side, like should this page, like for instance, when you say, it would be the, about us.
That's implicit. Well, about us is always going to go to the same place, right? There's no about us in community because we just discussed that, right? Everybody has the same link at the bottom.
Right, but doesn't the framework at the top, it's either a white header indicating that it's for users, or it's a purple one, which is indicated for communities. I think that we need to say which kind of framework the different sections need to be.
URL. So if you go to here, you'll notice as you're going around as as a prospect. If you look at the URL, but as soon as I go into a community, I will have community portal at the beginning of it. You see that? So
Okay.
that will precede everything that's in the community portal.
Okay. So, but in here, I have it as for communities. So that needs to change.
I don't know. This is just how it works. This is how it works. You know, where we want to put it.
But it will be, so I think, Alex, that there's two options. It can be like how it works for communities. It can be under community portal. So if you are on Postspec and you click on it, you actually move to community portal. Or we'll have this link in two places, one for Postspec, one for community portal. So it will be just to not switch between Postspec and community portal.
That might be better. Yeah. So we're not pulling resources from different places. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, you know, so if later we have two different websites, one for Postspec, one for community, we can always have the data on both places.
Right. How it works might be one of those, but yeah, but like what we said, where was it? Here.
So my account will be always on Postspec. We won't have it for community portal.
Oh, there might be one that says community/my account because we had it in the drop down. Remember?
Wait, community slash.
Yeah.
Sorry. I didn't follow. Just repeat.
Maybe community/my account.
So maybe on community portal we have a different account, right? For the
Right, because in the drop down we had my account there too.
Yeah. So we need
So anyway, I'm not sure that we need to go into each one of these, but right now, because we don't have the time. Do we want to work off of this? I mean, happy to continue off of anything, really.
I can. Yeah, I can. Do you want me to, if I have layouts for anything, you want me to attach the layouts here in the notes?
No. All I want is which one of these pages, what my problem statement was.
You never mind. I'm sorry. I'm being redundant.
I just want, it's which, we can use this to do other stuff too, because you referred to it. I said, great, we probably should, because there's these other questions, which were not my problem statement, need to be answered at some point too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so if we want to work off of this one, you know, as the central point, you know, on the sitemap, I'm happy to do that. Like I said, we can do it whichever way is easiest.
Yeah, this is what I was thinking of.
Okay.
I think here makes sense. I don't think we should do a second one. Am I allowed to change the names of these URLs?
Yeah.
Okay.
With the exception of the community portal preface, you know, to those, but all the other ones I think are changeable.
Okay.
Do we really want to have this? I know it's kind of nice for you visually, but I don't know. Anyway, just
Some of these URLs might be.
We don't need to fix it now. What?
This is Alex. Some of those URLs might be Fred's. you know, like they make sense to me, but how you organize it in the back end might not make sense or might need to be called something else.
No, the
But-
naming, no, doesn't, it was just, I didn't see a purpose. That was it.
Okay.
The extra, you know, slash, it does, you know, as long as the name's unique, it, you know, but then I started thinking, I don't know, well, maybe helps.
Okay. All right, I'll start working on this. What do you want me to have done for tomorrow? What would make our call tomorrow productive? Just going through the homepage more, or do you want me to have anything done? Like, give me homework.
No. I mean, so I wanted to get through that other page, that other stuff.
What's the other stuff? The homepage?
Well, that spreadsheet, we went through the first 5 items that you brought up.
Yeah. Well, then let's just keep doing that.
Well,
Again, I want
right,
asking
no.
you to tell me what I can
Yeah,
do.
your question, that you did already. So the question was, what do we do next? I just need a moment to think. Hold on.
Okay.
If this is something we're going to use, then linking everything up in here and fixing this up would be the right thing to do.
Okay.
Because
I will.
I think that would help us communicate much quicker.
Okay. I will work on this for a little bit this evening then. And then we'll review the homepage and this is relevant tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Talk to you in 24 hours.
Awesome. Bye.
All right.
Okay, bye. Bye.